Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Leg Comics. This is Chaz, your host, speaking, and my two friends, Matt Guilford and Ray Emling.
Chaz,
What?
what are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing? I'm starting a podcast.
No, I'm the host. First of all, I'm the host. I introduce. And second of all, it's G.E.L. Comics, not Leg Comics. There's no L at the beginning.
Wow, so I guess you guys didn't get the memo. So I sent out a memo about a week ago, and I did a poll, and I think Leg just catches on better. I mean, it makes more sense because it's a podcast that kicks butt. You know what I mean? So Leg, get it?
What memo? Where are you sending this memo? We don't even have an office.
Is this the 1950s?
Look, guys, I don't know. I sent it out. It should have got to you. I don't really know what else to say. Leg kicks butt. G.E.L makes no sense. I mean, what G.E.L?
It's not supposed to make sense. It's not an actual word. It's an acronym of our last names. And honestly, if we're gonna change it to anything, it should be E.G.L. Comics, not G.E.L.
Okay.
I'm the host.
Right,
I'm the voice.
That's not even a word, though.
It doesn't need to be a word.
Honestly, an acronym has to be something close to a word. I mean,
no, it doesn't. An acronym, no.
That sounds like Lego my ego. What
Oh,
are we doing?
you're talking about me about
podcast.
Lego My Ego. You want it to be Leg. I mean,
What?
You know what?
That makes sense, though.
He's got a point.
Yeah, no. Leg doesn't make sense. Leg makes no sense.
So let's
Leg,
just stick with G.E.L.
you would want to
sounds
stick
good.
with G.E.L.
Wait, look, guys. Let's just do another poll. We'll stick with G.E.L for now.
Who did you poll? Who are these people?
I polled America.
All of America, and they all like Leg.
All of them.
Okay.
And they love Leg.
You know what? Let's just agree to disagree, and let's move on with the podcast, okay?
All right. Speaking of America.
I hate all of you, by the way. But anyway, yes, speaking of America, let me take my rightful place as host of this podcast. And Chaz, you just get back in the dark corner of what you crawled out of, and we'll feed you some more scraps later.
Black joke. You're dead.
That wasn't actually a black joke, but whatever. Anyway, welcome to G.E.L. Comics. This is Ray Emling, your host. With me, as always, is Matt Guilford, and as sometimes Chaz Lewis. And tonight, we're going to talk about Captain America 2, The Winter Soldier. So, let's jump right into it. I'm curious, guys, what are your thoughts on the first movie? Matt, let's go with you first. Go ahead.
2 words. Chris Evans.
Okay, and why are those your 2 words?
Because, yeah, mainly that. I also think he's a good actor. The first movie, though, it was a fun movie. I'll say that. It wasn't, I don't know. It's just funny seeing him in 2 Marvel things.
That's true.
Although I wouldn't say Fantastic Four counts anymore.
Yeah, it was pretty awful.
But I don't have too much to say about Captain America. It's been a while, but I thought it was a fun movie.
Yeah. Well, Chaz, Captain America is near and dear to your hearts. What were your thoughts on the first movie?
Right, it really is. I think you hit the nail on the head. Honestly, I'm a little bit biased. I like Captain America for the simple reason that I was able to see one of my favorite superheroes on the big screen. I thought it was very kind of comic-ish. They didn't do a realistic spin on it. I mean, the tanks looked huge. It was kind of this futuristic, cheesy, semi-pseudo-Nazi regime, Hydra. It was really cheesy, but I loved it. I thought it was awesome. It's America.
Yeah, it was a little cheesy. When they stick their arms up and yell "Hail Hydra," I almost lost it, but it was pretty awesome nonetheless.
Dude, it's America in spandex.
It's true.
You know what I mean? It's like Hulk Hogan.
Honestly, I mean, the movie was really well done. It did a really good job of giving you a good origin story and at the same time sticking really close to the comics, putting Red Skull in as the villain. Obvious choice. That would be like, I mean, I'm actually kind of shocked they did it for the first movie. I guess you kind of have to because he was the World War II villain. But like Red Skull to Captain America is Joker to Batman. I mean, that's like his main villain. He's everything that Captain America like is up against. Like he's a Nazi. He's a scientist because Captain America hates science, as you all know. That was a joke, but yeah, very good job.
I get
you
it.
know, yeah, you do get it. Yeah, of course you do, because I'm awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So it was a really good job. One thing that I was really happy that they did is they really made you love Steve Rogers back when he was puny. Like I did not expect that, and I loved it. I was like, this is awesome. Like you get to see Captain America as a person before he's the butt kicking superhero with the awesome shield.
Right, and honestly, I just want to put a shout out to Marvel and Disney and say you guys are doing a great job because I'm going to play the devil's advocate and say Superman has been fighting Lex Luthor for 100 years, for I don't know, 8 movies now, and this is the second Captain America movie, and they're not throwing the Red Skull in our face all
Oh
over again.
yeah.
They got him, you know what I mean? They got a full new supervillain. It's awesome. So kudos.
Yeah, that's definitely a plus. So yeah, so first movie overall, good movie. I wouldn't say it's the best in the Marvel franchise. I think it was better than Thor. I personally like the Iron Man movies a little better, but I just love Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, and obviously Avengers it just tops everything. But as far as the trailer, based on the trailer, Matt, let's go with you first. What are your thoughts on the trailer? What excited you when you saw it?
Um, 2 words. Chris Evans.
Man crush.
And then the Winter Soldier looks really cool, and I don't know what all he can do. I guess he's kind of like Captain America, but that'll be really interesting to see the final fight between the two. That's, I think, what I'll be looking forward to. I don't really know what to expect in this movie because I don't really know Captain America again, but it looks really hype. It looks way hyper than the first one, and hopefully it lives up to that, I guess.
Yeah, and for all the people listening who don't know, you guys know obviously, I actually ended up writing a review for this movie for a magazine, and so I got to see it a week early. And I had not told these guys any spoilers or anything, but to those of you who are listening to this podcast on Wednesday before it comes out on Friday, go see it. From someone who's already seen it, it is amazing. It is it's one of Marvel's best, and so I just want to throw that out there that if you're having doubts, let me just crush those doubts. It's amazing. Go check it out. But Chaz, what did you think about the trailer?
Honestly, I got really excited, really, really, really excited when I saw the trailer. I was more excited than when I saw the Avengers. But to be perfectly honest, I don't know what made me so excited. I watched it again for the second or third time, and I really didn't see anything that should have made me that excited. Like there was a Winter Soldier, it was really cool. Captain America's kicking butt. He's riding his Harley, the traditional Harley that he rode in like the comics, the Steve Rogers and stuff. That was pretty cool. But I really didn't see much that should have made me as excited as I turned out to be, except they have another black superhero.
That's true.
Falcon.
Yeah, it's the Falcon. Cool. I definitely think probably what made you excited was the same thing that made me excited seeing the trailer for the first time. Is it's just got this feel about it that something big is going to happen, and it's leading into Avengers 2, which everyone knows because, we've had Iron Man 3, we've had Thor 2, we've had Captain America 2. They're not making a Hulk 2 as far as I know. So this is the last...
They already did.
Yeah, they already did. The first one doesn't count. No, but this is the last Marvel movie. There's obviously going to be Spider-Man, which isn't made by Marvel Studios, and then Guardians of the Galaxy, which doesn't tie in. So this is the last Avenger tie-in movie before Avengers 2. So there's a big feeling to this one. It's exciting because, this is the last one before Avengers 2, so something major is going to happen.
Right.
Like a Hawkeye standalone movie?
No, there's not a Hawkeye standalone movie. I'm sorry.
That actually sounds like a disaster.
However, there is talks of a Black Widow standalone movie, which I'm not sure how I feel about that exactly. I feel like it could be interesting. I just don't know if it's going to bring in that much money.
One word, Electra.
That
Electra.
I think Electra still did better than Catwoman. So
Oh God.
Oh jeez.
Oh no, just
Catwoman.
yeah, I love how you take a comic book movie. You're like, here's an idea, guys. Let's make a movie about Catwoman, but it's not Selena Kyle. It's a new woman, never heard of before. She's a business lady. How does that sound, guys? Genius. Let's make it. Like, no one told this guy it was a bad idea, apparently.
So you just sound like MODOK when you said that. So it's
MODOK.
for making the new Catwoman movie.
That's honestly, it would take someone as evil as MODOK to make that Catwoman movie. Like, we are gonna destroy the DC universe with one movie, Catwoman. MODOK. Yeah. So the trailer looks awesome.
What does MODOK stand for? Isn't that another acronym?
It is an acronym. I have no idea.
See what I mean, Raymond? See what I mean?
That's not
a mobile mechanized organism designed only for killing.
Okay, but MODOK still doesn't make any sense.
Honestly, I don't know if that's correct or not, but I'm gonna believe it because Matt came up with that so fast.
It is correct. I'm reading it right now.
Oh, well, shut up.
Oh, there you have it. He Googled it. MODOK still doesn't make any sense.
Exactly, but it worked. It's a catchy name now. Anyway, so moving on. One thing that really excited me from the trailer was seeing the Winter Soldier finally. And for those of you who don't know, spoiler alerts, I'm warning everyone now, but I'm going to tell you who the Winter Soldier is. It shouldn't be that big of a spoiler. If you look up the Winter Soldier at all, you're going to learn this. The Winter Soldier is Bucky Barnes. If you remember from the first movie, Bucky Barnes is Captain America's best friend who he tries to enlist in the army with, and he gets rejected and all that. He finally ends up saving him from the hands of Hydra, and on a mission, Bucky falls off a train on a bridge and is thought to be dead. In the comic books, he's in an airplane that explodes, and I'm going to try and read this because it's Russian, so good luck. General Vasily Karpov and a crew of Russian patrol submarine find his body cold preserved, missing an arm, and they revive him in Moscow, and he suffers brain damage and amnesia as a result of the explosion. So the scientists attach a bionic arm to him and basically rewrite his memory. So I was wrong. Originally, I thought he was brainwashed. We were talking about this before we started recording, but no, he suffers from amnesia. So they basically kind of fill in the missing space and tell him he's an operative for the Russian military. In the movie, I'm not sure if he's the Russian military or what. I don't want to ruin anything, but I'm not 100% sure what he is. But yeah, in the comic books, he was a Russian operative.
Bringing down Reaganomics,
I guess.
Ooh, yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of who the Winter Soldier is. So let me go through some rumors. We got quite a bit of time left, so I'm gonna go through the rumors. We'll talk about them, and then I'll see what you guys are excited for now that I told you the rumors. So I'm just gonna kind of read through these. First rumors: Arnim Zola. He is the second in command to Red Skull. He was the guy with the glasses. If you watch the Hunger Games, he's the other announcer. He's in a lot of different stuff. He's also the voice of Dobby from Harry Potter. He's played by Toby Jones, but I think it's his name. Anyway, the rumors is he's going to be back in the sequel in an android body. So that's a pretty cool idea. Another rumor is Black Widow's past will be explored with a flashback, and she'll have a romance with the Winter Soldier. Because apparently he's been around for the past 50 years. While Cap has been sleeping, he's actually been active for 50 years. Another flashback is Hawkeye's going to appear in a sequence where he rescues his partner from the Winter Soldier. That's another cool rumor, and it's a cool way to bring in Hawkeye and Black Widow without giving them a standalone movie because nobody wants to see that. General Ross will appear in the film. General Ross is he's Betty Ross's father. He's the general that seeks out to destroy the Hulk in the Incredible Hulk movie.
Her name is Betty Ross.
I think so. I'm pretty sure that's her name.
Gee whiz.
Yeah, I know, right? Other characters from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is Joss Whedon's awesome TV show, and Honestly, I've been watching it. It's a great show. It's really cool. It's a cool way to learn more about Shield without having a movie about it. It's a very unique show. There's rumors that they're going to appear in the film. There's also a rumor that Red Skull is still alive. I can neither confirm nor deny this, but that's a rumor. It's funny we're talking about MODOK. There's rumors that MODOK will be in the film and that he's going to be played by Peter Dinklage, which Peter Dinklage is also rumored. He's actually confirmed to be playing Bolivar Trask in the new X-Men movie. So if this is true or not, I have no idea. But Peter Dinklage, it'd be really interesting to see him play a character in one Marvel movie and then play a character in a different Marvel movie. It's like Chris Evans, doing the double duty there.
I'm into it.
Yeah. Matt's into anything Chris Evans related. Other rumors: Chris Hemsworth is going to make a cameo as Thor. Don Cheadle is going to be in there as James Rhodes, and he's also going to have a part in Avengers 2. MODOK will be leading Hydra as a rumor. There's also a rumor that the Winter Soldier and Black Widow will be love interests in future movies. Obviously, there's a rumor, which this isn't really a rumor. I mean, you got to assume it's correct, that Bucky's eventually going to be restored to his normal self and become an ally. And then for the big rumor, there's a couple more that don't really matter, but the biggest rumor in the film is that Nick Fury is going to die. So, with all those rumors being said, I know there's a lot of information all right there, but I want to get those out and let you guys talk. So, now that you've heard the rumors, what kind of thoughts do you have on the movie now? What are you excited to see? What would you like to not happen based on those rumors?
Nick Fury can't die?
Yeah, do I honestly have to say that? I mean, how many directors have to kill black guys for this thing to end?
Well, you got Falcon now, so...
Let's just put another black guy in there. A less important, less loved black guy, and kills the favorite black guy off. Let's do that.
Actually, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to like Falcon. Honestly, he's actually one of my favorite parts of the movie. He's both funny and BA all at the same time. So you're going to really enjoy him as a character, and I'm really hoping he's in Avengers 2.
I would actually be really amused if they killed Samuel Jackson with a shark. You know what I'm talking about. You see, you got that. Okay.
Yeah.
Like it's just flying through the air and it just eats it. All right.
Sky sharks, yeah.
That's actually how he lost his eye. A very tiny shark.
No, but I think it was interesting with the Red Skull thing. I was actually thinking about that on my own. And I was thinking, we never actually saw the Red Skull die.
It's true.
So he just kind of, I don't know, teleported. I don't know.
Wait, didn't he fall out of the plane?
No, well, I don't know. That cube teleported him into space or something.
That's true. I remember that now.
Right. So, and I think because it looked like he went to the same universe that Thor.
Yeah, Asgard.
So, right. So,
I totally forgot about this. Because I didn't see Captain America 2 or Captain America 1 before I went and saw Thor 2, but when I saw that scene in the movie, I fully expected Red Skull to be locked up in a prison cell right next to Loki and Thor 2, and it did not happen, so I was a little disappointed at that. But yeah, when he got teleported, the first thought in my mind is that he's going to get teleported to Asgard and he's going to be locked up as a criminal.
That would have been something.
And it would have been nice, if you could have just gotten a glimpse of him or something in the cell next to Loki, just to know, oh, he is still alive. But they didn't do that. Maybe they have that idea still in mind, but I couldn't tell, seeing the movie, if he disintegrated or if he teleported.
No, he definitely teleported. I'll watch it again, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Who knows where he could be, because that thing's supposed to be able to teleport you to many realms.
He's burrowing out with Piccolo and the other guys.
That's the only name you could come up with a Namek, just Piccolo.
Dragon Ball fan.
Yeah, right there. He's hanging out with Piccolo and the guy with the spiky black hair.
No, Namekians.
I know.
Goku's not
I
Namekian.
know, but it was just funny because you made it seem like you made it seem
Sigh.
like you were gonna say something educated, and then you totally just like stopped talking.
I was gonna say
It
Kami, but Kami doesn't live on Namek.
That's true. Nail is Nail who you were going for? Nail's the other Namekian. That we're not even talking about Dragon Ball Z. That's another time, guys. Why?
That's where Red Mask went.
That's where you went. Red Skull, dude. Come on. Matt, you're a disgrace to G.E.L Comics tonight. You know what? Just for that, your G is gone. It is now E.L Comics for the rest of the night.
God, you're really bad at acronyms. Now we're just L.
We're
It's a
just
Spanish
L.
podcast now.
We
Reverse
are.
it, it's a French podcast.
Exactly.
El Comico.
Yeah, no, but seriously, for the rest of the night, your G is off the podcast name, and it's now EL Comics for the rest of the night.
So my name is Ilford, the best name I could ever think of.
Yeah, pretty much.
He is great ill.
But now your nickname can't be Matty G. It's just Matty, which is terrible.
Yeah, that sounds pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
getting
gotta
back
be G.
to Captain America. One thing I was disappointed in. This is old, back talking about the first movie, but you'll know what I'm talking about. I was very disappointed that during the scenes when they were, kind of messing with people of. You remember how Tommy Lee Jones comes in and he's talking about we got to find a perfect candidate, and then they throw the grenade, and Chris Evans as a wimpy kid dives on it and tries to save everybody, and that's how they choose him. I was very upset that they did not even mention Isaiah Bradley. For those of you who don't know, Isaiah Bradley was actually he may not have been the first Captain America. Now that I think about it, I think he was later. He was afterwards. It was their attempt at replicating the super soldier serum, and they experimented, and Isaiah Bradley was made. But either way, I think he should have been mentioned in some way, shape, or form because he is part of Captain America's history. He is technically the second Captain America. So I really thought that they should have mentioned him in some way, shape, or form. Like they should have just said we've tried replicating this in the past, or tried replicating this after Rogers, and it didn't work out for Private Bradley, or something like that. Just something little for the comic book fans to see and love, but not necessarily show him.
Right. Well, a couple of things. Isaiah Bradley, first of all, is a pretty obscure character, and then second of all, Isaiah Bradley, I think, was African. So I don't think they would have had any connection with them.
Well, they experimented on him. I mean, they basically.
Well, I think it was in Africa though, so I don't know if they would have any connections. Maybe
I don't think it was in Africa. I thought, as far as I know, and I could be wrong. Like I said, I didn't research this. This was just off the top of my head, but I thought they. I don't want to say kidnap, but I think they might have taken him against his will and used him as experiments.
You might be right. I'm not real familiar. They didn't really mention a whole lot of it because he didn't last that long. He died from it.
He did die, but and everyone says if he would have been in the movies, he definitely should have been played by Terry Crews, and I cannot agree more.
Oh my gosh, that would have been. Yeah, it's true.
Although I think I kind of want to save Terry Crews for Luke Cage.
Luke Cage, yep.
It's too bad he's dead now, but I would have said a good Isaiah Bradley would have been Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah, well, definitely a problem now.
Yeah, but he would have made a great Isaiah Bradley back when he was alive, and then save Terry Crews for Luke Cage because Isaiah Bradley's supposed to be really, really big, whereas Luke Cage is muscular but a little more lean.
Yeah, Michael Duncan's huge.
Yeah, so that's why it would have been good to mix those. But yeah, obviously he's not going to get his own movie. I knew he would never get his own movie, but I thought it would have been a cool little reference during Captain America. Also, unfortunately, because Marvel Studios does not own the rights to X-Men, we are never going to get to see Captain America and Wolverine fight side by side in World War II like I wanted.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know they didn't have Wolverine in the X-Men.
No, they don't. Marvel Studios, basically, the way it worked out was, back when Marvel was only doing comic books, they sold the rights to movies to different companies, whereas Fox owned X-Men, and I think they owned Fantastic Four, and Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man. Well, in 2008, they kind of came up with, or I guess in 2006, they came up with the idea to basically start making movies under their own name and create a studio. And so when they did that, they kind of looked at it and were like, okay, well, what rights do we still own? And they kept those rights, but unfortunately, Sony and Fox already own the rights to X-Men and Spider-Man, so there's nothing they could do about that. So that's why until either those companies decide to sell or Marvel just eventually, comes up with enough money to buy them back, we're not going to get Spider-Man and Wolverine in the Avengers, which sucks because they are two major members of the Avengers later on.
Yeah, and they're characters we would love to see in the Avengers. I don't really care to see Ant-Man in the Avengers.
Yeah, well, and here's the cool thing about the Avengers. Because it's always changing, they can keep doing the Avengers movies, but not necessarily have Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, and Hulk in them. Because Avengers, just like the comic books, Avengers is an ever-changing team. So, eventually what they can do, because obviously, the actors playing those characters aren't going to want to keep playing them forever. But, like in the comic books, after Captain America gets shot, and it's really weird, he gets transported to some alternate dimension, makes no sense, but Bucky actually takes over as Captain America. Well, Chris Evans has already said after Captain America 3, he's done. So, a cool thing that they could do is have Chris Evans in Avengers 2, and then Captain America 3, and then have Bucky take over as Captain America. And you can have like an ever-changing roster in the Avengers movies. Obviously, Robert Downey Jr. is just about done. But if they could get those rights back, we could have a new, like, say, Avengers 3 or Avengers 4 led by Wolverine and Spider-Man instead of Captain America and Tony Stark and all them.
That would be really cool. I would also love to see, and I know this would never happen too, I don't know who owns the Punisher, but a Punisher and Spider-Man crossover.
A lot of people were hoping for that, especially with the new movie having Rhino in it, because that's where, I guess it wouldn't make sense with the new mechanical Rhino, but in the comic books, Punisher's actually hunting down Rhino. And when he gets to New York City to hunt Rhino, he sees Spider-Man and sees that Spider-Man's wanted because he's a vigilante. So Punisher, being the I must stop all crime type person he is, decides that he's going to now focus on Spider-Man.
Yeah, see, I didn't know how that started.
Yeah, so a lot of people, when they saw Rhino was going to be in this new movie, they decided, to hopefully see Punisher start coming in, but that's not going to happen.
Apparently, Marvel owns the Punisher again.
Yeah, I did know that. They also own Fantastic Four again.
Really? When did that happen?
Not too long ago. I'd say maybe like a year or two ago. They got the rights back, and they're actually working on a new Fantastic Four movie. I just read an article. I didn't actually get to read the whole article, but I read the headline. Basically, it's a bad day for anyone in the Marvel Universe named Storm, because apparently Halle Berry might have just gotten cut from the new X-Men movie, and also the actress playing Susan Storm, who's the Invisible Woman, might have gotten cut from the new Fantastic Four movie.
There's a new Fantastic Four movie?
Yeah, I just said that. They're working, now that they got the rights for Fantastic Four back, they're working on a new Fantastic Four, which, now that Marvel Studios has Fantastic Four, that could mean we get to see Thing and Johnny Storm in the Avengers at some point.
That would be
cool. Mind-blowing.
It'd be pretty cool. And unfortunately, like I said, Sony still owns Spider-Man because everyone wants to see Spider-Man and Fantastic Four, because they teamed up a lot in the comic books.
This is true.
So
same with Spidey and X-Men. I don't know how many times that happened, but I know it happened at least once.
It's true. But unfortunately, until Marvel Studios gets those rights back, there's really nothing they can do. But yeah, like Matt said, they got Punisher back, and they got Fantastic Four back. I don't know. Blade was also one of the ones that was sold. I don't know if they got Blade back or not.
Well, that's been a while.
Yes. And Ghost Rider.
It has been a while. Yeah, Ghost Rider they don't have, because Ghost Rider, or did you say they did have?
They have Ghost Rider, Blade, and Punisher back.
They must have just.
Almost
They must
a
have.
year ago.
Yeah, they must have just got Ghost Rider back because that new movie sucked so much that whoever had the rights for Ghost Rider was like, "You guys can just have it."
Yeah.
We failed. Take it.
Exactly. Well, and that's kind of what they were hoping for. Like, they almost got Spider-Man back because Spider-Man 3 just flopped so much. Yeah, 3 tanked, and they were ready to buy it, but I guess Sony said, you know what, we're going to try and reboot it, and that's where we got Amazing Spider-Man instead. But yeah, they almost got Spider-Man back, which would have been great because even if we couldn't get Wolverine, it would be awesome to see Spider-Man in the Avengers. Because for the first time, if we get Spider-Man and Iron Man together, we could have finally seen Iron Spider in a movie. And Iron Spider is basically, if you don't know what it is from the comic books, it's Spider-Man in a mechanical Iron Man-like suit. It's not full mechanical like Iron Man. It looks more like a spandex suit, but it's got mechanics kind of wired into it. And he's got 4 mechanical spider legs that come out of his back. And it's just awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's a suit that Tony Stark made for him. And if they could have gotten them together, that would have been great in the Avengers.
Yeah, I remember playing one of the old Spider-Man games in the PlayStation 1. That was one of the many outfits you could unlock.
Yeah. Iron Spider's a cool outfit. But, yeah. So, we kind of went off subject a little bit from Captain America, but it's all Marvel. It's all included. We got a little Catwoman in there just for fun, even though it's not Marvel, but who cares? So that is all the time we have for today. So for E.L. Comics, not G.E.L., because Matt doesn't get any names anymore. Yeah, you should be depressed. I actually don't have a clever nickname. That's how angry I am. I have no clever nickname for today. So I'm Ray Emling. Just straight up Ray Emling, because Matt has made me so angry with his I don't even know what he did anymore. I'm just mad at him for no reason. So yeah, I'm Ray Emling.
I'm Chaz, and vote for Leg.
And I'm Matt Ilford.
Have a good night, everyone.